I am Claire Lowdon, and this is my first novel, Left of the Bang, which is set mostly in London and partly in Afghanistan. The title itself is actually a military term, which is often used to describe the build-up to an explosion. So if you have a left to right timeline, then preparation and prevention would be left of the bang, and right of the bang would be the aftermath. I'm going to read from the second chapter. When Tamsin Jarvis was 12, she saw her father kissing another woman. The whole family was up in Manchester to hear him conduct a celebration of British music at the Bridgewater Hall. It was a treat at the end of the concert for Tamsin to go to his dressing room all by herself. Her mother had to put 10-year-old Serena to bed in the Jury's Inn hotel across the road. "Tell Daddy not to hang around chatting. The restaurant's booked for 9:45. Backstage, everything was hushed. All the doors had leather quilting. The carpet was very thick. A stagehand with his radio earpiece hooked around his neck pointed her towards the end of the corridor. Tamsin pushed her father's door open, enjoying its weight and the smooth, silent swing of the hinges. 3 seconds later, she closed it again, just as silently. The lovers had been kissing with their eyes shut. Neither of them knew they'd been seen. The woman was Valerie Fisher, the mezzo from the concert. Val and her husband Patrick were old friends of the Jarvises. Their only son, a stocky, sporty 11-year-old called Alex, played viola in the same youth orchestra as Serena. Last summer, the two families had even spent a long weekend together in a rented cottage in Suffolk. Tamsin walked slowly back up the corridor, seeing it all over again. Bertrand's left hand gripping Val's bottom through the stiff satin of her turquoise strapless dress. His right hand crushing her loosely permed curls. A large raised mole in the middle of Val's back, pale like a Rice Krispie. The kiss itself, muscular, forceful, almost angry, as if they were fighting one another with their mouths. In the foyer, she sat down on the floor next to the ice cream stand and tried to think. When she closed her eyes, she could hear the sound of her own blood. She could feel it, too, each pulse a tight, squirting sensation. Around her, adult chatter thinned to a trickle as the concert-goers left the building. Tamsin stayed where she was, eyes still closed. A hoover began its melancholy drone. "Tamsin?" It was her father. He was still wearing his black trousers, but he'd swapped his tux and dress shirt for a loose grey tunic. He held out one of his big hands for Tamsin to haul herself up with. "What are you doing down there?" "We have to go," said Tamsin. "We'll be late for supper."